Yuji freaking Itadori. Now more than ever, his presence is necessary.
Oh my god! Okay, it's happening! Everybody stay calm! What's the procedure, everyone?
Cross is on the verge of death, and with Jabaloma and Usami trying to control the situation, enter the special grade Dabura. Cross is still bleeding out, and only one person in the world exists who can save him. RMC Yuji freaking Itadori.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
The war is beginning. Usami contacts every sorcerer to assemble at once. He even had to use his cursed speech to stop them at their position. Usami explains that the Great Purification has officially been called off because the Cimmerians were never properly briefed about cursed spirits and were only given limited intel about Jujutsu sorcery, meaning the main blame for this whole situation kind of falls on them. To make matters worse, Usami confirms that the cursed spirits resemble the Kalyans, which is exactly why the Cimmerians are freaking out and accusing humanity of killing their gods. However, whilst Usami is trying to calm down the sorcerers, Cross does the same to his own people. He explains that the Kalyans and the cursed spirits are not the same thing. Even though Oski points to his eyes saying it's tearing up, Cross responds back that if they were truly Kalyans, he would barely be standing on his feet. Rather, he should have dropped into an aneurysm. On top of that, cursed spirits do not have a physical body like the Kalyans, so after they are exorcised, they simply disappear. Cross even starts begging Oski to use the little brain cells he has and to hold it together. With the situation kinda calmed down, both parties' representatives apologizes to each other, hoping to reaffirm their peaceful negotiations. And so, whilst things are seemingly calming down in Tokyo, the trio wind up their mission of checking every barrier down at Kyoto. Here, we get a warm yet eerie feeling. You know, the one you get before everything turns to shit? Yep, Yuka tells Maru that Jujutsu sorcerers are always short-staffed, so the Cimmerians warriors can help out with checking the barriers along with the Great Purification. They can be such a big help to them and they will all get along. It will be such a great party, unknown to the current situation going on in Tokyo. They even say the goodbyes, promising to meet the next day. However, we all know Gege, right? This might be the last time they meet as friends, as Gege has started cooking the next war. Because back in Tokyo, Cross starts reaching. He starts reaching, guys. He reaches in his coat pockets, alright? And at that point, Yokomaru channels his blue uniform and starts blazing his gun, shooting Cross in the chest and gut. Now, obviously, he was reaching for a weapon, right? It was the only rational thing to do. It's nothing to do with racism or fear of seeing someone different, right? Stupid ass. Seriously, did he really think the guy who was responsible to calm the situation down is going to be pulling out a weapon? And so, in self-defense, he shoots him. Come make this shut up, Gege, man. What are you doing here, man? He's watching too much American news. But in all honesty, Gege, for the past 12 chapters, has been subtly hinting towards our reality. Compared to Yuka and Tsurugi, I felt more for Cross and Maru. So seeing this unfold really hurts my heart. Honestly, Gege, why are you doing this to us? And what do we know? The situation goes to shit. Everyone's screaming, ready for a fight. Cross is on the verge of death, and with Jabaloma and Usami trying to control the situation, enter the special grade Dabura. Now, this buzzcut moron will understand why Usami kept pushing for peace with the aliens. Other than him and his associate, no human had witnessed the power of Dabura. Well, for starters, it is a Cimmerian ideology that most problems will be solved by a duel. Dabura could come in to calm the situation down and sort the issue out with one. He personally shouldn't care too much about the Kalyan, as he is of the Diskuntan race and doesn't connect to them like the Lumas. Also, after being offered a way to break his sister's curse, I doubt he will completely nuke the potential relationship they had just built. However, Cross is still bleeding out, and only one person in the world exists who can save him. RMC Yuji freaking Itadori. With Yuka's brain tumor, it has been abundantly clear that the Jujutsu Society is limited with RCT healers. Even if Yuka wouldn't have been completely healed, she would at least been able to live for longer. But we all know that that Yuji has learnt RCT during his training with Yuta and Gojo to fight against Sukuna. Within a span of few months, he literally mastered it. Even Gojo couldn't do this until he was on the verge of death. And now, he has multiple decades of experience and possible training, which is why Yuji is considered as a failsafe and deterrent for humanity's survival against the Lumerians. Think about it. We see multiple uses of reverse curse technique, literally bringing the person back from death. Sukuna was able to heal Yuji's heart after days of him being pronounced dead. Even Yuta did something similar to Yuji after stopping his heart. Likewise, Sukuna also healed Megumi after Potential Man got clapped by Mahoraga. So it's not far-fetched to think that Yuji, who now has multiple decades worth of experience, can use RCT to an extreme level, not just applying it to the body but to the soul itself. And from Mahito, we know that if you affect the soul, the body will follow, which means he should be able to heal literally anything, even this gunshot wound. It's child's play for him. Now if you're thinking, why doesn't these Sumerians just use RCT? How come they don't know it? Well, even though these aliens do use Rurulka energy, which is life energy, none of them have shown us how to use RCT as of now. Even with their level of technology, healing Maru, who had a few bruises, would have been different when compared to healing a gunshot wound to the heart. So RCT will be seen as a god tier ability. It literally goes against nature itself. Yuji is literally the only chance the humans have right now, especially with Dabura's current entrance in Tokyo. Yuji could even face off against Dabura in a duel where they both survive and become friends. Listen, okay, the Lumer people just run my heart over. I just want them all to get along happily, and maybe, together they can fight the Diskuntins, who I assure you are not done. They will chase the Lumer people all the way to Earth just for more of those Maru ores. They are the real bad guys. Yuji winning against Dabura and then offering peace could also reinforce their acknowledgement of his identity of half curse, i.e. half Kalyan. They would end up revering him as some sort of deity. But we can be sure that when Yuji does arrive, the whole dynamic between the Cimmerians and humans will completely shift, especially if Yuji is indeed a half curse. The connection between the cursed spirits and Kalyans might be due to the composition of their cursed energy, and Yuji fits the bill. Besides eating his brothers, he was crafted in a unique way. Who's to know what else Kenjaku had done whilst he was in his belly? And if Yuji does have the ability to target the soul, he should be able to remove the curse on Dabura's sister, where at that point not only will he gain the worship of the Lumerians, but also the respect from Dabura himself. And let's say we do see the Diskuntes chief and their people chase after the Lumers, we'll finally get to see an awesome team up alongside Dabura, Yuji, and of course Tsurugi, who'll eventually awaken Rika's powers. Funny enough, like Yuji, she is also MIA, and some part of me actually believes that's because the ring actually belongs to Yuka. Yuta wanted her to have it, and hey, if she does, it's possible Rika can heal her brain tumor as well. Remember in chapter 269, she was able to use RCT, so like she did with Yuta's body, it's possible that she can heal Yuka as well. Either way, humanity still has a chance, and I'm sure Yuji freaking Itadori is going to be an answer for it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and if you want more peak content, make sure to watch this video next.